other thing which I wanted to check or talk to you about is more from a strategic initiative perspective, because data becomes the lowest denominator issue, right? I mean, uh, everyone is behind the bad actors are behind that critical data, and data is no more secured in a vault now. It's all distributed everywhere, especially when you're moving to cloud. When you're moving to public cloud specifically, then the data is more distributed. Now, what's the your suggestion in terms of the data protection strategy that organizations, specifically banking and fintech companies and finserv companies, should adopt, so that they are able to secure the critical data, and that critical data includes even the customer PI data, which needs to be handled with utmost care. So what's the strategy that you have adopted, and what's your suggestion that how to build up a robust data protection architecture for an organization?
See, when you talk about it's a good question, I can say, but for any data, first strategy should be first, you should be involved even from the application from the day one, and you should have complete visibility of the data. I can say it's a complete data life cycle management from initiation of the data even up to the disruption and destroy of the data, and every stage you should know what kind of processing has to be done. So I can say it's a complete data life cycle management. And then second one, very important thing, you need to assess a complete assessment of the data flow management, how the data is flowing and what kind of processing powers and then other powers it is utilizing at every stage. Example, for any stock exchange, if you talk about, availability, performance or scale is become very critical. Even it is supersede for us. So we calculate even apart from data privacy and data security. So that's become very important. So I think the first stage we should talk about the data lifecycle management and data flow management, very important. And then it's come to the data classification. When I'm saying data classification now in company like us, which we are approximately 150 years old company. So and system is started I think approximately 25-30 years back. So data classification is become very important, and it should be in such a way that it should be a system driven. And when I'm saying system driven, so forcefully automation is possible, whether data is in rest or data is in motion or data is in use, it should be automatically identified. And data classification is not only just sake for say, it should be integrated in all. I mean, when I'm saying integrated in all system, like your email system forcefully, post, your email should be classified, your data in rest should be classified, all PI data should be classified, categorization has to be done. So those things become very important. So and it should be system driven, because then if it is not forceful, then effectiveness will be very less. So that's become important later on. When you talk about the other things like data encryption will become in pictures again, data in rest, data in flow, data in use, those kind of masking will be then we talk about tokenization and key management. So it's a big area I can say, but yes, it's a complete data life cycle management, and every aspect you need to look on the classification and encryption and masking kind of stuff.
Great. I mean, awesome to hear the insights on one of the key factors that you talked about is the data lifecycle management part, right? And having a deeper visibility into how the data is flowing in through multiple applications, multiple medium through which data is flowing, and having a deep visibility to that, and automated controls that needs to be in place. Um, Another that brings into the last discussion topic that I had in mind is about these advanced threats that we keep hearing. In fact, recently when we are hearing about this Russia and Ukraine conflict, we are in the IT space and cybersecurity space. We are also hearing about new malware variants which are coming in, and new security threats which are coming in. They're all coming to the mainstream now. The reason for them has been geopolitical in nature, but that is coming to the mainstream now. As a critical infrastructure responsible, you being responsible for a critical infrastructure, tackling this challenge, which is a ever complex challenge, right? New malware variants and new complex threats would keep coming in. How do you look at planning your security operations, and how do you look at, you already touched about your next generation security operations, but on a strategic perspective, including people, including various aspects that you could touch on, what's your overall strategy for building up a robust and resilient cyber defense infrastructure?
Yeah, as I said, we already have in place, the next gen cybersecurity operations center 24 into 7. But then again, cybersecurity is very dynamic in nature. Every 6 months, risks are keep on changing, threats are keep on changing, and it's a become a rat and cat, a mouse game, fall. So, just to tell you, I think the best practices is that you should be, ready with these kind of things. Look, such one is like a simulation kind of exercise we need to on the periodic interval. When I'm saying simulation, you need to attack yourself, to find out how effective your SOC is coming or working, how effective your technology which you have deployed, they are working up to their level or not. And when I'm saying not only in terms of addressing your security postures, even in their capacity also, like anti-DDoS of kind of a solution. If they are saying they can address up to 1 TB, whether up to they are working up to 1 TB or not. So these kind of simulation exercising, which is on the security, on the threat vectors, the malware kind of things, you need to do keep on doing on the periodic interval. Very important, you should also do the tabletop exercise at exactly at the time of the when incident is done. Suppose incident is done, what kind of action you will take? It is not only a question of only IT department or even cybersecurity is involved in this. I'm taking one incident is done, so then your corporate communication come into the pictures. Your regulatory authority will be who will communicate with your regulatory authority, law enforcement agency, who will involved in the forensic agency. Media has become very important. Even actual incident is not happened, and it's look like some incident is happened. One wrong statement or one humors in the market can impact to the company. So these kind of tabletop, even cyber insurance has become very important. So these kind of the regular periodic interval, tabletop exercise will boost your confidence and give your confidence how to tackle, these kind of incident also, which we are supposed to do on the periodic interval. Very important, red teaming exercises become important. So red teaming exercising is not only on cyber security, but even physical, physically accessing the data center, accessing your areas, your open, the gateways or point, even IoT devices to enter into your systems and all, and then coming to the inside and inside. So these kind of whether it is simulation exercise, tabletop exercise, red teaming, and you should be safeguard yourself with the cyber insurance. All come play into the pictures when I'm talking about. You should be ready with the the not only the current, even for the future aspect, how you can fight these kind of incidents, or even proactive or the reactive, both.
Yeah, I really liked the fact that you brought up that it's the red teaming exercise plus the tabletop testing simulation. That should not be only a tool or a security threat testing. It should be more in terms of looking at the overall workflow, right? How the incident response would happen, who are the stakeholders, whether they are being able to mobilize in the required time or not, how quickly can we bring back the business to usual. Those are very, very important points, and thanks for bringing that up, Shiv. That's a great conclusion to our discussion. And the key takeaways from this discussion, to summarize, would be about the data protection emphasis that you did, and great insights on the data protection strategy, the overall SecOps architecture, which you touched upon in terms of deploying the right process, people, and tools policies in place, so that you have a robust infrastructure and security operations center to handle these complicated and ever increasing threats which we keep hearing about, the security incidents which we keep hearing about. The important aspect that you towards the end brought up, which is about the right a set of workflows testing, red teaming exercises, and simulations that needs to be in place so that we keep ourselves evolved in this growing complex cybersecurity world. Thanks a lot, Shiv. It was an absolute pleasure for me to have this discussion with you, and you have a nice evening.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thanks, Manish. Thanks, Khushbu. Thanks.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you
Thank
so
you,
much. Thank
Khushbu.
you,
Thank
Manish.
you. Thank you.